Hey, yo, it's your Uncle Step, bro. I want to talk to y'all today about being a better person, being a better man. And normally, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking in the perspective of presenting yourself the best way you can be to women. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm actually talking about just being good in its entirety. This is kind of ironic since I'm actually in this video with my the way I present myself to women um, dialed up. So there's a little irony in that, but that's not what I'm talking about. Look, it's not just now. Of course, when I talk about being presenting yourself to women, I talk about getting in better shape, dressing better, smelling better, and those are not just for women because doing that for yourself and taking the steps and then taking um, going a little bit extra to making sure you don't stink. Like that's being a better man by itself. Um, Now, as far as this jury, you could leave this at home. Um, that is something you do for your own style, your own flair, and you kind of do it to impress women. Kind of, no, you do it to like let's be real, because women be like, I do it for myself. I put all this makeup off myself. Yeah, no, you don't. Be no, the heck you don't. So let's be real. This this I do it for the ladies. I do it for the ladies because I didn't do this until my late 30s. I'm 41 years old now. And I did it because women liked it. I mean, now this is my own style. I formulated a style that I like, and I feel like I look good like this. But honestly, for the majority of my life, I really couldn't care nothing about no jewelry. I couldn't care any, like, I wore basic shades from Family Dollar. Um, but look, now, you know, let's talking about being in better shape, being healthier. Now, of course, that we we use that as a metric for the ladies, but fellas, that is for you because um, not necessarily the muscles part, but your muscles are gonna show the better shape you are. Um, Being healthy, that's being a better man, and that is definitely being a better man for yourself. Um, it, you get one body, you get one life, and the healthier you are, the the more pain free your body is going to be, and your life is going to be, and that's part of the inclusive package into being a better person. But now let's go into a little bit of the way you act. Now, integrity. Now, integrity is usually described as being good when people are not looking. Integrity is going to vary from person to person because everybody's values and purpose is not the same. Like if I said I don't trust the integrity of this chair, you automatically know that I'm saying that I don't trust this chair's ability to support my weight or hold me up when I sit in it. We know that because that's what the freaking chair is supposed to do. A little bit banging, yo. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty. I'm making this last minute video, but if I said I didn't trust the integrity of this cup, you would know that just by looking at it. I either don't trust that this handle is going to stay on when I'm picking it up, or there's a hole somewhere that's going to not hold this drink. So having integrity is staying true to what you are supposed to do and what you value, no matter what. And everybody's integrity is going to be different because, like I said, we are all supposed to do different things. Um, what are you doing when nobody's looking? you the kind of person that puts the shopping cart back in the thing when you go to the car? Do you only wash your hands when you go in the bathroom when there's somebody in there with you? How long do you look at a fat booty when it walks by? Now look, I'm going to look at a fat booty, and so I get it, and I definitely understand. But being a better person is knowing limits and knowing where there should be limits, even if there's not one, because we have legal limits, we have laws that are in place, but they're not the only standard of what is right and wrong. Keep in mind, slavery was legal for quite a long time in this country, and I don't think that that's right. My personal opinion, seeing that I'm a Negro. But no, that's right, yo. But are you the kind of person that people can depend on? Are you a person of your word? That's honestly is one area that I've excelled in, where I have a reputation of doing what I say that I'm going to do. I have ended a lot of discussions where I say, I got you, or I'm gonna come get you now. I'm gonna come get you now, or I'm gonna do this for you. And people who are used to being lied to, they'll say something to me like, are you really gonna come and get me? Are you really coming, or are you really gonna do this? And if they've known me for any amount of time, all I have to say is name a time that I said I was going to do something and I didn't do it, and that has ended a lot of discussions. And I feel good every time I'm able to do that, because people know that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. And this, I live in a relatively small town. Now Greensboro's not, but I live in Asheboro, and it's like 27,000 people, but you can fit more than that in a stadium. So, one thing about being a better man, being a better person in general, is emotion management. And there's a lot of different messages out there, especially when it comes to being a man, how we should handle our emotions. And one thing in my philosophy is, unless it's to, your significant other, I don't think you ever have to have somebody else validate your emotions. I don't think there's any scenario where you need somebody to validate or co-sign on the way you feel, because they're your emotions. The way you feel never has to be justified. The only thing you have to justify is your actions, because that is really what determines the kind of person you are. For example, if somebody says something, I lost my mom over last year, and let's say somebody's talking bad about her. Now, I may want to punch that man in the face, but I can visibly say, hey, or tell somebody, I feel like punching that dude in the face. And let's say I tell two people, hey, I want to punch that man in the face. This person over here says, yeah, I totally understand. He shouldn't have said that. This person over here says, no, he just said, he's just talking junk. You shouldn't even feel that way. Most people are going to agree with the guy that said, I understand. But either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how either one of these people feel about the way I feel, or anybody's opinion about the way I feel. I don't have to validate my emotions to anybody else. I only have to validate and justify if I actually punch that man in the face. And that's really a video that I can make I could really go on about in itself. But as far as being a better man, being the best person you can be when nobody's looking, understand that you are the person in control of your emotions, putting your best foot forward in all situations. Um, that will set you on the path of being a better person and being a better man. And thank you. I will holler at y'all later. Uncle Step Bro out.